When it's Christmas time, I light up a fire, gather friends and family, have a bite to eat and some Christmas sweets, chilling out and watch TV, wrapping up the gifts with my fingertips, making up some fancy rhymes. So fancy. Just got something fun for my special one, but my love don't cost a dime. Waiting for Santa to come, he'll be knocking on my door. Treat the old and the young, I hear sleigh bells in the snow. Holding on to a bunch of reindeer, he'll be making his rounds, working harder for every year. When the Christmas spirit's all over town.
Hey Crafty friends, it's Caroline and I'm back today with a Saturday Morning Makes. Yay! Satmorn Makes is an open collaboration that is hosted by the amazing and wonderful Jillian Norwood over at Jillian Norwood Designs. It is a wonderful forum for crafters and artists to hop onto different social media platforms and show the things that they do. You just do what you do. And if you use the hashtag Satmorn Makes, then we can all share in the inspiration and celebrate your creativity along with everyone else's. It's just an amazing, amazing community that Jill has created. For today, I'm inspired by a couple different things. The first thing is this die set that came as a free gift with the purchase of the Holiday Cheer card kit from Gina K Designs. And the card kit itself is amazing. But in it was this free gift with this miniature winter village, right? So there's these dies here. They're absolutely adorable. These are all the images here that it will cut out. And I'm going to combine that with this paper collection that I know I've seen several of y'all hauling on videos. I went to Michael's, they had it, they had the collection, but they also had these really great ephemera stickers that match with it, as well as a sticker book that also matches with it too. And you guys, just look at this little village scene, these houses here, or this really cute little village scene here. I think it's so cute, and I love the non-traditional Christmas colors. I think it's a lot of fun. And then look at these dies. They're gonna incorporate really well with that. I'm gonna use this as sort of an inspirational color palette, and we are gonna make this project right here. And I can't wait to show you the whole process of it. I don't know about y'all, but I am really close to getting ready for Hallmark movies. Not quite yet, but Halloween's around the corner, and I mean, I flip a switch inside. So go ahead and grab yourself a warm beverage. I hope you're super cozy and relaxed and having a very easy, stress-free Saturday. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the video.
The wonders of life got the prettiest side for everyone to enjoy. Standing up close by the Christmas tree, glimmering light, I am right where I wanna be. I will be home for a couple of days, wander around with you. You and me in the cold, thought it'd never be true. Wherever I go, I got you. Oh, I have stopped running, there is no way trying. You better loosen your belt. Drinking hot wine by the fire, don't care of anything else. It's Christmas, and some kind of love, my friend. I pray it will never end. Do you like to be here too? It's Christmas, and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you. Oh, it's such a charm, got you up in my arm. There's nobody at the door. You said I wish this will never be over. Darling, it's time for your present, come over here. Now it is time to get out in the snow, lighting a light with you. Choirs will sing and the joy bells will ring. Nobody loves you as much as I do. It's a wonderful feeling from floor to the ceiling. It is that time of the year, drinking hot wine by the fire. Here on our own, we got nothing to fear. It's Christmas and some kind of love, my friend. Pick up some candy canes and hang a wreath on your door. It's Christmas and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you.
Christmas time, I light up a fire, gather friends and family, have a bite to eat and some Christmas sweets, chilling out and watch TV, wrapping up the gifts with my fingertips, making up some fancy rhymes. So fancy. Just got something fun for my special one, but my love don't cost a dime. Waiting for Santa to come, he'll be knocking on my door. Treat the old and the young, I hear sleigh bells in the snow. Holding on to a bunch of reindeer, he'll be making his rounds, working harder for every year. When the Christmas spirit's all over town, I'm not one of them, the three wisest men, but I got an open heart. If you feel alone, just stop by my home, I don't care about who you are. If you make the trip, have a little sip, talking about the good old times, how they did it then, back in Bethlehem, when the legend came to life. I'm waiting for Santa to come, he'll be knocking on my door. Treat the old and the young, I hear sleigh bells in the snow. Holding on to a bunch of reindeer, he'll be making his rounds, working harder for every year. When the Christmas spirit's all over town, just with my fingertips, making up some fancy rhymes. So fancy. Just got something fun for my special one, but my love don't cost a dime. Waiting for Santa to come, he'll be knocking on my door. Treat the old and the young, I hear sleigh bells in the snow. Holding on to a bunch of reindeer, he'll be making his rounds, working harder for every year. When the Christmas spirit's all over town, when the Christmas spirit's all over town, when the Christmas spirit's all over town.
All right, folks, we finished it. Isn't it so cute? I think it looks amazing. I don't know. It's a really fun project. This isn't something I'm going to have a tutorial for or measurements for. This is literally something I just sat down, felt inspired by some paper and some other little things, and started building something. And I really want to encourage you guys to try the same thing. You know, I tell my kids all the time, making mistakes is the best way to learn. And when you enter into a process like this, you learn some stuff. I would have spaced the windows out a little bit differently. I might have done something differently up here, but I don't know. I actually ended up liking the way it turned out. There was a moment there I didn't, but you know, that's the process you go through. I'm really excited that I found a way to attach the acetate without creating so much static, so I didn't have things flying around. I'll have that video linked in the description notes below. And I just love the way these Love from Lizi peel-offs are making the whole thing pop. Aren't they great? These are one of the sway peel-offs that she has on her site. I'll also have a link for that in the description notes below. And they just add so much to it, don't they? On the back here, I added one of the sticker ephemera pieces from the collection that I purchased at Michael's. I also added a date down here. So this is going to be my Christmas album for our family for this year. I used these dies from scrapbook.com and a piece of the shimmer cardstock that I had, just some gold shimmer cardstock that I had. And all I did was I ran a piece of 1-inch double-sided tape along the back of a scrap piece and ran those through the die cutting machine so that I had the adhesive already on the back. And that just worked out like a charm. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And how great is this faux siding, you guys? I cut some strips, some 1/2-inch strips from the pattern paper that had the wood grain on it. Went ahead and inked the edges to give it some depth. And then I layered them up every 1/4 of an inch. This was so much easier to do than I had thought it was going to be because I was able to use these spacers. Tamara with Country Craft Creations has this smaller set of spacers available in her store, and I'll also have that linked. And they come in 1/4 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch, and 1/2 an inch. And when you order the set, you get all 6 of them. So you get 2 of the 1/4, 2 of the 3/8, 2 of the 1/2 inch. They can be combined for different, you know, applications. They worked great. Every once in a while, I would use the 1/2-inch one and line it up with the row, 2 below to line it up if I was just trying to make sure I was still staying straight. But for the most part, I used the 1/4 of an inch one, laid it down, and was able to just sort of slap down that next layer of siding and continue up that way. I chose to add this little focal point on the back, not just because I think it looks great, which I do, I think it looks great, but also because I only had this many of that paper left, this many strips of that paper left. And so I found it was a good way to kind of work around that. And I'm pointing that out because this really was a make it work project. This wasn't something that I had planned out. This wasn't something that I had already tested the math on or anything. It was just an as you go thing. And so don't be afraid to make adaptations. If you have an idea in your mind when you begin, in my opinion, it's always better when it sort of morphs into something else and takes on a life of its own. And I'm really happy with the way this one turned out. I thought I was going to be using some of these dies from that Gina K Designs free gift that I got from my purchase, and I ended up not using them at all, and that's okay. It served a really great purpose just by inspiration. This was my original inspiration focal point. And then when I found this collection, you know, I had seen some people haul this online, and I found this collection at Michael's. It just sort of clicked from there and took my brain down this little path. This is what I have left from one of the paper pads here, and I think it's going to make great cards, especially when combined with those other ephemera pieces that I have left over. I wrapped the base using this gray Artisan cardstock that's also available at Country Craft Creations, And it's a really great neutral, you guys. I've always leaned towards making black album bases because it's a good solid neutral that I can work around. But the gray is sort of becoming my new favorite. It's something I'm really having a lot of fun playing with. Let's go ahead and take a look inside here. We've got the tie ribbon closure. You know, we've already talked about the shakers on the front. How fun is that, right? And when we open it up, I obviously was using a 6x6 paper pad, so everything had to be pieced. Everything had to be paper pieced. And all I did was, you know, cut some strips here off of some of the papers that were included here and, you know, tried to keep that row along there. And how I do that is I put them together right sides the way I want them. So let's say this is how I want it. I take a piece of repositionable tape and hold it in place on the right side. Flip it over, take a piece of double-sided tape, come along the back there, and then I've got, you know, a connected piece of paper. To cover those seams, I took the Love from Lizi peel-offs and went over there, and it just made a great design element. I'm so happy with it. There's a pocket on the front and back cover, and they are deep pockets. I haven't made any tags for this yet because I am going to use this for my family album this year, and I don't really know what I want to put in here yet, and I may not want to fill it up with a lot of tags. We may just have other things to put in place. So we've got that deep pocket on the front here. The pages are just adorable, aren't they? I think they turned out really great. So as you can see, I've got that accordion hinge spine here on this album, and I'll have the tutorial that I made for this linked in the description notes below as well. And you can apply it to any, you know, album you want to make. The great thing about it is that I can really load these albums up in, you know, however I want. I can put these thick, you know, I've got this nice thick stack here of ephemera, right? And I can just toss some between some pages here and there. Let's put some more back in here. And now when I close it up, that spine is going to expand to hold it. And it is none the worse for wear for that. And so I really wanted to do that for this particular album because I don't know what I want to put in it for Christmas. I don't know how many pictures I'm going to want to include, or if there's some other things that I want to essentially scrapbook. You know, maybe we go somewhere and I want to keep some little keepsakes or tickets or flyers or things like that. I don't know how much stuff I want to pack in here. But with this accordion hinge spine, I don't have to know. I could just load it up if I want to. And if I end up just putting, you know, a picture or two on each page, let's just say I've only got like one thing I'm adding on each page, right? Well, then the spine is just, you know, stays nice and tight, and it's not a problem that way either. So I think it turned out really great in that regards. One of the things I want to point out though, that I did make a modification from that tutorial that I'm going to have listed in the description notes below for how I do this accordion hinge spine. Instead of running the paper all the way across like I did in that tutorial, I chose to break it up and create a gusset at that fold line here. And so that's what you see on these. And the reason being is that I had kind of learned through the process that as it expands, this needs to be able to move too. It needs to be able to articulate. So I would suggest doing that, you know, where that page is attached, just, you know, cut a little bit of it off and scooch it over, and it looks great. You know, the pattern continues and it still looks great. On each of these are pocket pages, and I have made some inserts to go inside, and I just think they turned out really cute. I did the exact same thing on the inserts with that paper piecing. The only difference is I didn't put the Love from Lizi peel-offs on these because even though they stick great and I don't fear that they're going to fall off at all, the act of putting them in and out, I was afraid it might snag or catch, so I didn't do that. And I don't think it needed it. You know, the paper lines up very well. I think it's a really great way of piecing paper. At least it has worked really well for me. And then again, on the back cover over here, we've got another deep pocket, and I love the way it turned out. I think it's really cute. I love the non-traditional Christmas colors. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the traditional Christmas colors too, but I just felt like this collection looked really great. And I really love the design of that accordion hinge spine. It has some give, but it also lays completely flat. I mean, I can open this thing up just like that, and I'm not worried about anything cracking or ripping or having any problems at all. I think it looks great. Please be sure and check out that hashtag #SatMoreAndMake so that you can see all of the other amazing things that people are sharing today. This is an open collaboration. People come in and out as they feel so inspired. And please make sure that you hop on over to Jill's channel and subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss anything that she's posting. She is just an amazing creator and artist, and I love the way that she shares her art and her heart with this community. All right, y'all, that's what I've got for you today. I hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. I hope you're being kind to yourselves, and I hope you're finding joy in your journey. Thanks so much, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Wrapping up the gifts with my fingertips, making up some fancy rhymes. So fancy. Just got something fun for my special one, but my love don't cost a dime. Waiting for Santa to come, he'll be knocking on my door.